Hi, I'm Rev Myron. I'm a minister through Pathways of Light, and I've been a Course in Miracles student for 43 years. I'm going through the lessons again this year, which I'm very excited about and enjoying it very much and doing as I always do, which is to ask Jesus to clarify for me. And then I write what comes to me from that clarity. And that's what I'm sharing with you today. So we're looking at lesson 79. Let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. And it tells us in that lesson, the problem of separation, which is really the only problem, has already been solved. Yet the solution is not recognized because the problem is not recognized. This is a lesson I think of constantly. When I think I have a personal problem, I remind myself that I have only one problem, the same problem we all have. And thank God that problem has been solved. So, what kinds of problems do I think I have? Well, I watched my mind this morning to discover that answer. And here are some examples. I don't know I'm going to find the time to finish my taxes. So many tax agents have been laid off. How long will it take to get my refund? I worry about the thousands of federal employees who are without a job. I wonder if my son is going to get the job he applied for. What if he doesn't? Good grief. I didn't think I would find many problems in my mind. It is really so much clearer now, and I'm so much happier and more peaceful than I've ever been. And yet, here are just a few problems, thoughts that flitted across my mind this morning. The wonderful thing about this is that the Course tells me that I have only one problem. I think I'm separated from my Creator, and that is just plain insane. So that one problem I have has been solved. I am not separate from God. The reason I'm happy most of the time is that I do believe that the only problem I could ever have has been solved. However, I still dip into the problem pool briefly because while I believe my problem has been solved, I don't know that it has been solved. And the only way I will know rather than believe is to trust Jesus and his word, to act from that trust, and to let it prove to me that my only problem has been solved. So that's what I do today. I am paying attention to the problem thoughts, asking the Holy Spirit to correct my faulty perception, and then allow myself to enjoy the correction. It is essential that I identify my seemingly separate individual problems as, after all, the one problem. In this lesson, Jesus explains why this is true. He says, who can see that a problem has been solved if he thinks a problem is something else? Even if he's given the answer, he cannot see its relevance. If I believe my problem is time, I will not see the relevance of one problem, one solution. Nor will I see the relevance of this lesson when I worry about my son's career options. Thankfully, I do see the relevance. There is one problem, and that problem has been solved. I will now remember to apply this solution to each problem I think is different. By doing so consistently, I will teach myself to think along those lines. Without this mind training, I will continue to be tempted to regard problems as many without realizing that this is a temptation to keep the problem of separation unsolved. I don't want to do that. I want to be free. And this is how I achieve my freedom. Jesus tells us all this complexity is but a desperate attempt not to recognize a problem and therefore not to let it be resolved. If you could recognize that your only problem is separation, no matter what form it takes, you could accept the answer because you would see its relevance. Perceiving the underlying constancy in all problems that seem to confront you, you would understand that you have the means to solve them all. And you would use the means because you recognize the problem. So all day today, this is what I will do. I will watch my thoughts and notice when I think I have a problem and follow these simple instructions. He tells us, be not deceived by the form of problems today. Whenever any difficulty seems to rise, tell yourself quickly, let me recognize this problem so it can be solved. Then try to suspend all judgment about what the problem is. If possible, close your eyes for a moment and ask what it is. You will be heard and you will be answered. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, then please like it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. And I'll be back soon with another reading. See you then.